Welcome to today's video, and let's just get straight into it. I got another abandoned car that we are saving here on the channel. Second thing, carcane. It's a hell of a drug and a problem for us car guys. I'm sure you all understand, but when an opportunity comes up that we just cannot refuse and say no to, we jump on it. And this is definitely one of those circumstances for me. But also, I've always wanted one of these cars. And if you guys know, I kind of jokingly said that as I get older through my 30s, for every 31, 32, 33, 34, I should make sure we're buying one of those chassis. And well, this year, I'm turning 32. And I thought, why not buy an R32 chassis? And boy, what have we done now? So a lot of you guys know this Skyline. You've seen it in my videos. This is the official barn find R32 Skyline that was initially up in the back forest part there in the storage yard, all the way up in there. Now, since then, a few more parts were taken off it and stuff, and at that time, this car had no paperwork. But now it does. And it's a very interesting story. But essentially, let's look at the car first of all. It's a 32 four-door Skyline, and it's had a rear coupe conversion. So it's now I don't know 100% what's been done and what hasn't been done, but from what I've been told, it was cut and welded. So it's kind of got like a coupe GTR rear or something. I don't know 100% until obviously we clean it all up and I get to look under it and look for places like that where it may have been cut and welded, but it's got a full coupe conversion, which is crazy cool. That would be the only reason why I would ever own a four-door 32 Skyline, all right? And yes, I know a whole bunch of you going to the comment section right now and quoting me saying that four-door Skylines are not real Skylines, but if they have a coupe rear end converted, they are. All jokes aside, the previous owner of this car actually had an RB26 in this, and he had a full front end GTR conversion. But when Roab picked this up, the guy had already taken everything he wanted off the car. The engine had blown up, so the guy kind of gave up on it was used for grip, by the way, this car. And yeah, he didn't really have a use for it anymore. And he had the old RB20 engine still. And Roab kind of said, like, just throw that in the engine bay. I'm sure I could use parts off it. So the engine is kind of just sitting in there on no engine mounts. We're going to go through and start pulling this all off. And we got to get wheels on it and move it because we're going to put it in my side of the storage yard. But yeah, I mean, the craziest thing about this chassis is, like, it's got surface rust here, but it is not corroding in at all. Like, literally, I'm gonna pay someone to sandblast this because I'm gonna get this whole car painted and stuff. That's gonna be the first step. Actually, we already have everyone lined up to do this work, by the way. This is all just gonna get sandblasted, then undercoated again, and then, yeah, we're gonna get full, like, front end kit for it, lights, everything. It's gonna be awesome. I'm going wide body. We're gonna be getting rid of this here. And yeah, it's actually mind-blowing just how good condition under here is. Like, look at this. There's no rust anywhere pretty much in the underbody. The rails are in perfect condition. Look at this. Like, I've seen grade 3 and grade 4 GTRs with more rust issue from the auctions than this thing. There's just a whole bunch of surface in these places here that were exposed to the weather because the front fenders and stuff were taken off. Like, it's actually in really good shape. Look at all this. No rust. It's amazing. All the seals in these places, all new. There was a spider just there. We're gonna have to definitely fumigate this thing. The interior has obviously been stripped out too, which actually is half of the work that I wanted to get done. Like I said, the guy did a full GTR conversion on this 4-door, so it's got a lot of the GTR interior still in it. You can see the seat and stuff like that, and the wheel, and it did have a GTR dash, but that was removed for another car that Roab had. Like, this was used as a parts car for a while, right? So that's why there's a lot of stuff missing. But I am planning to get a full cage welded into this, so it kind of helps me that this is pretty well stripped out. The interior's got a bit of mildew and stuff going on, so that's kind of all expected. But all the door cards are in there, which is nice. And like I said, like even in the rear here, this is crazy, but there is no rust in any here. Even with the over fenders that were done, no rust up in there. It is actually, like, I don't know if we can get in there, but it is so freaking clean. Look at that. There's a little bit of surface here where they did the cut, but nothing bad at all. Like, no holes anywhere. I can't find any bad rust. So we're gonna move this today and get it over there, like I said, and I'm gonna jack it up here and get a better look under it. But everywhere that I have looked under this thing, like the seals are all in amazing condition. No one ever jacked off it in a weird spot and bent anything. The underbody is like eatable off. It's crazy. It's just got a whole bunch of like vegetation sitting on it. And get this, right? So someone took a fuel pump out of this, which I'm a bit annoyed about because it ruined the fuel, like the fuel tank then got all crazy. But see all this vegetation that's been sitting here? You'd think that there'd be rust like in the boot. Nothing, just dirt and a whole bunch of ants there. Gross. We're gonna have to definitely do some cleaning. Holy moly. We got some eggs and babies going on there. Whew. But yeah, otherwise, we're gonna definitely need to clean that tank out. You can see it's full of rust and dirt, and even the boot still has its carpet here and stuff. But yeah, we got a lot of cleaning to do, obviously, especially when you see stuff like this. But there is no rust under here, it's all just dirt. We're gonna have to bring a big container of water and the pressure cleaner and a generator, and I'm gonna clean this whole thing up here in this yard in the next few days this week and get this thing like all ready to be picked up. Roab's gonna pick it up in his truck and we're gonna drop it off to a body guy. So like my plans are to get this ready paint and body wise for me to do the engine work and the drivetrain work. I'm not sure what I'm doing engine wise yet. Let's pull this off. Now obviously there's an RB20 sitting in here, but the previous owner did tell Roab that it was blown up. So look, I am gonna take the 20 out, I'm gonna strip it down. Jeez. And we're gonna see what's going on. Like this has never been in an accident. These are the straightest R32 radiator support, and like I just so how we got the paperwork. Roab was able to do like kind of like a history check on the VIN number to find out who it was previously registered to, because the last time that this car was registered was Hesse 3 in like 1991 or something crazy. Like that's insane. This is like last was registered driving on the road like 20 plus years ago. So he was able to find out who previously owned it and was able to contact them to then get the official paperwork for the car, the Shakenshiyome and stuff, so he could then officially sell the car to me. Because when Roab was buying the car, the owner couldn't find the paperwork and was trying to look for it, and Roab was like, look, I'm only intending to use it for parts. So he just got a bill of sale from the owner, which is totally fine, but it just meant that without that paperwork, you can't re-register it or export it out of the country, right? And then when I saw the car, I was kind of interested in it because I was like, man, this is kind of unique. Like, I don't like 4 doors, but I love that it's got the rear coupe conversion done to it. And I've always wanted a 32. Always wanted a 32 Skyline. There's just something special about the 32 Skyline. And like, don't get me wrong, the GTR chassis and stuff, that's great, that's cool, but I'm not a big fan on the 32 GTR just because in my mind, 32s rear wheel drive, I want to have fun, I want to drift them. You guys know I'm a driver, I love drifting, especially at the moment. And if I was to ever own a GTR, it would have to be a 34. So 32s, I was always more interested in the Type M, like, you know, GTSTs. And the fact that this just, I don't know, like it's just so unique. You guys know I love unique cars, like with the 33.4 inch stuff, and for it to have something custom like the coupe conversion done, it just sold it for me. And obviously the fact that the chassis is in good condition. Like I know, like I was talking to Jimmy Oakson about this car when he was messaging me about how he got his U32, right? But like this thing is in such good condition. There's like no rust here. A little bit of surface here in the usual spots. Like in Jimmy's car, this is all cut out and replaced. Like there's a big hole here and a big piece just like tacked over the top of it. But this is in such good condition. And I think we're saving it at the right time, because I think if it sat outside for probably another year, we'd start to see some like really bad corrosion starting to form like around here and stuff. But this is all surface and still really easy to fix. So yeah, this is actually better condition than my Evo for sure. This is going to be way easier to fix than the Evo. But yeah, overall the body's in really good shape. You guys, like I could keep talking for ages and ages and ages, but this is just such a good deal and I can't lose with this. And when more videos come out and stuff and I start talking about my plans with the car, it'll all make sense and tie together, and this is going to be one very, very cool car on the internet that you guys will probably see for a very, very long time. And to be able to see what it's at now and what it's going to become is just, yeah. So here it is, my R32 4-door GTST Skyline with a rear coupe conversion that we are saving and bringing back to life. Let's see how bad this RB20 is, hey? Sat here for a long time. Cams look really clean in there. That's actually like crazy clean. Cleaner than a lot of other RBs I've seen, wow. And then that turbo. Oh, there is no way. I mean, we might be able to clean that out and then sell it to Up Garage. Oh my gosh, what is that? We'll definitely be making some cool content on this later on, but I mean, the head will probably be savable. I think like there's a bit of corrosion on the outside and stuff, but we'll fully strip this down. I mean, like I said, the owner kind of said that like it wasn't a good engine. I don't know if it was blown or what. We'll know once we strip it down, but this is actually still worth a fair bit of money, and there's a lot of parts on here that I can sell like on Yahoo auctions, and like I could probably get, like, I know this is crazy, but RB20s are selling for $4,000 now in Japan, just an engine, long motor like this. And RB25s are upwards of $6,000 to $10,000 now. RB26s are like over $12,000 now. 2JZs are really expensive too, 10 grand plus. Like, engine prices right now in this market is just stupid dumb, and it makes no sense. So I wonder if I just like clean this with an air compressor, we do a comp check and see if it even turns out. What is that, a cockroach? Yep. If it turns over and has good compression, just take a whole bunch of really good pictures listed on Yahoo auctions. It'll probably sell for $1,500 to $2,000, and that's mind-blowing to me. But yeah, I'd definitely be taking the head off and checking it all first though before I do that, and like taking the oil pan off and make sure there's no bad bearings. But yeah, anyways, that's that. I don't really know what else to show you guys. I need to actually get to work and put some wheels on it and get it moved over there. So I'm going to do that and focus on that. And then probably the next video you'll see on this will be next week or the week after, where we're going to go through and actually pressure clean this thing and try to clean out as much of the debris and stuff like that so that it can go to the body shop and get some work started on it. Because yeah, we're going to be getting this thing together pretty quickly body wise. Engine and drivetrain wise may take longer, but once the body work's done and stuff, we'll figure it out. But I do have plans. I think I have plans. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but I think I have plans for the drivetrain in this. And I want to be making definitely around 500 horsepower plus. That's going to give you a hint of what we're going to do with this thing. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. just got the rear wheels off, and I wanted to show you guys just how good condition this chassis is in right here. Look at all of that. Isn't that mind-blowing? It's honestly insane. Like, the coilovers have more rust on them than anything on this body. It's in such good condition. And then the other side, it's pretty much the same deal. Look at this. Look at that. What the hell, right? It's insane. I'm honestly mind blown. Like, the rails on this thing are so freaking straight. It's crazy. Look at that. And there's definitely some parts that are a bit rusted for like roll cage points and stuff. But all of that's really, really easy to fix. And like, this might be hard to see under here. We'll get the camera to adjust, but look how good condition the body is in under here. It's stupid. Like, I'd expect the floor pan to have holes in it. Like, the rails are solid as. Look at this. Like I said, this is better condition than some of the freaking grade 3.5, 4 grade like GTRs coming through at the moment. Oh, really, really lucky with this. I did find one rust spot that I'll need to cut out and fix, which is actually very common here. This one right here in the boot well. There's a pretty big chunk of cancer there, but it's the boot well only where the spare tire goes. And I would say that's just simply because this drain wasn't pulled and it's been sitting there for a long time with water in there. But otherwise, like, look at this. OEM paint still here in this section. Like, everywhere. Like, all of this. The only thing is the exhaust kind of thing there's a bit rusted, but that comes out. But like, the body under it is perfect. This is such a good, like, this is insane. If you can zoom in up here, like, look how good the body is. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Like, I'm just mind blown. This is the only reason why I pulled the trigger on this, because the body is freaking perfect. Except for this one spot here, but what R32 doesn't have that there, let's be honest, boys. If you have a 32, you know that spot always rusts, so we'll cut that out, fix that, easy, done. Otherwise, the body itself is in pretty good condition. There's a few dents and stuff here that will get pulled and fixed. Probably the only one that I think is gonna cost me the most. This one's actually fine, it's just this part that's damaged here. But otherwise there is like one little ding in the rear, like a tiny ding somewhere here. I remember seeing it just before in the quarter. Where is it? Or was it in the door? I can't remember, but there's like one little ding, and I'm sure there's a ton of little other ones as well, but we'll get those all fixed. But overall, like, I am so mind blown by how good condition like the shell is in. It's crazy good. Can we open that from in here? Uh-oh, that may be a problem. Looks like a cat was sleeping in here at some point too. There's a bunch of cat hair there. Man, we'll go through this with May. I think that'll be like the coolest thing to do. But yeah, man. Whew. I'm really excited about this car. Like, I cannot get over how good the body is under there. Anyways, I'm gonna get these S15 wheels on here, and then I'm gonna just push it into my spot there for a little bit, and we'll come back probably later this week. Pressure clean it all out best we can, get all the dirt and stuff off it, and that way we can then get it towed to the body shop and start getting everything sorted out. I'm gonna order probably the aero kit for it this month too, so that we can get front fenders and everything. All the body looms are getting pulled out. I'm gonna order brand new wiring specialty ones, just because like I don't want to deal with this. There's no point trying to repair this. Otherwise you'll probably have like all these electrical gremlins in the future and it'll just be a pain in the butt. But yeah. The only other thing that I noticed that kind of sucks is they cut this out here, I guess for like intercooler piping and stuff. So we can get the body guy to weld in a new piece there, and we'll then just put holes there for the intercooler piping. But anyways, get these wheels on and wrap things up. Got the wheels on the car and then just rolled it down here and reefed the e-brake. And this is where she's gonna sit for the next few days till I can get back and start cleaning her up with May. I think that's gonna be a cool video, like seeing her reaction, going through the car, seeing if we find anything. I think I need to buy they're called bombs over here, but it's like an insect like repellent bomb, and I'll put it inside the car and I'll put one under the car, and we'll just set those off and kill anything on there. just so before we start going through everything, we don't get bitten by spiders or any weird bugs and stuff. Because while I was going through this thing, you guys saw that cockroach come out. I did see a huge spider like this big under there, and it was like white and red and all these weird colors. And I don't know too much about Japanese spiders. I mean, I know what an Australian spider looks like redbacks and all those kinds of things, which are dangerous and poisonous, but in Japan I don't really know, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. So we'll fumigate this thing before we start working on it with the wifey, of course. But yeah, guys, I hope you're excited. Like, I'm beyond excited about this, because not only have I been given the opportunity to restore a legend like the Evo, the 6.5 TME RS, like that's insane. But then to also be able to save a 32 Skyline, and yeah, I know it's a 4-door, so it's not, you know, like a coupe or like the super expensive ones or anything like that, but this thing's unique. It's got a coupe rear end conversion. It looks sick. And the fact that the body's in such good condition, but from the outside, someone would just look at that and think it's scrap. And the fact that we're able to save another car, a legendary car, a 32 Skyline, like, feels good, man, feels good. So with that, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Smash that like button, write a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Jamata. Hey babe, I bought another car.
Another one?